furry feral cats. First, let's define the difference between a stray cat and a feral cat. A stray cat is domesticated and wanders away from its owner. A feral cat, also known as a community cat, is a feline that lives in the wild and cannot be domesticated. They do not like contact with humans, and some humans, as we recently learned, do not like feral cats. They have, in fact, either poisoned them or gone after them, shooting them with an air rifle. Well, tonight, we'll talk to feral cat advocacy groups who say feral cat populations can be controlled without killing them. In late May, 48-year-old Sean Michael Hankey, an El Paso firefighter, was arrested and accused of poisoning his neighbor's cats. Hankey was charged with animal cruelty. Then, as recently as this week, police arrested 68-year-old Robert Lee Ramirez, also charged with animal cruelty. Police say he killed 2 cats on October 12th on Lake Erie Drive, not far from George Dieter and Montwood. He's accused of taking an air rifle and shooting cats. I went out to that El Paso neighborhood, and while many did not want to go on camera, they all seem to agree on 2 things. There is a feral cat population explosion in their neighborhood, and 2, shooting and killing cats is not the answer. The reason that we're out here is because there were reports that a man was taking an air rifle and shooting and killing cats. Do you think that's right?
Wow, that's terrible. That's really bad.
We found cats out in plain sight in the middle of the day. ABC-7 spoke with several homeowners in this neighborhood. Many did not want to go on camera like Ernesto Hernandez, but everyone we spoke with admits this neighborhood is plagued with a cat population explosion.
The cat problem is bad here. Everywhere you go, everywhere you sit or try to, there's always cats. Cats are just overwhelmed here, this neighborhood.
Hernandez tells me that the cat problem right here in his neighborhood is so bad that he lays out kitty litter so he can pick up everything that those cats leave behind.
I called the city and they told me they were out of cages to go to Walmart and buy one.
The neighborhood has heard about someone going around shooting cats?
Yes, we have heard. We have heard that this particular man is angry because we do have a problem with cats.
But that's not the way to take care of it.
But that is not the way to take care of the problem, under no circumstances.
Robert Lee Ramirez was charged with 2 counts of animal cruelty after the Animal Cruelty Investigations Unit found surveillance video of cats being shot. Ramirez was booked into the El Paso County Detention Facility. Each count carries a $2,000 bond. Here to help us understand the feral or community cat population issue is Michelle Anderson with the city's Animal Support Services. Also joining us is Patty Hack with the Humane Society. Ms. Hack is with the Mary Spear Cat Neuter Program. Ms. Hack, let's start with you first. Cat advocacy groups want to change the way we refer to these cats that multiply in our streets from feral cats to community cats. Why is that?
Yes, well, we call them community cats because they live in the community. They belong to the community. They are own cats. And we put together in the community cats, the stray cats, the feral cats, the lost cats, all of them combine to become the community cats. In every community, as you say, everywhere in El Paso, we do have community cats. So that's why we call them community cats. They're all belong to the community. They live amongst us, the community.
Yeah, but feral cats, however, they're the ones that cannot be domesticated. You can take a stray cat and domesticate it or invite it into your home, but you can't do the same with a feral cat, right?
Exactly, yes. The feral cats, they do not approach people. They live, away from people. The stray cats, they will sometimes come into your home. You can, a stray cat can become a pet if you choose to. Some of them are very social. Some of them are lost cats. They never found their way back home. Some of them are abandoned. There's a lot of abandoned them in the city. A lot of people abandon their cats when they move away. When they have enough cats and they can take care of them, they just let them loose. So a lot of those cats, you can't adopt cat into your homes and they become pets. But yeah, the feral cats, they will never approach you. They stay away from people.
Can a domestic cat become a feral cat and stay away from humans?
It's very difficult. Well, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, A lot of people have the misconception that a domesticated cat or a pet cat can be abandoned and he will take care of itself, which a lot of times is not true. I mean, they're used to being cared for by the humans. They don't know how to hunt. They don't know how to survive it, outside in the cold and the heat. And feral cats will attack them. So a domesticated cat or a pet cat will never become a real feral.
Yeah.
They're always going to be domesticated. They're
Got it.
always going to be wanting to be with people, you know.
Let's bring in Michelle Anderson. Michelle, does El Paso have a community or feral cat population explosion, and is it a problem?
You know, cats have always been in our neighborhood, in our neighborhoods across the community. We have just recently, us as a city, established a community cat program within the last 5 years. Back in the day, what was happening was what we call, trap, neuter, kill. And what was happening were these cats that were out in the communities, what was happening was they were being brought into the shelter. They were feral or even friendly, but coming in thousands every single year, and then ultimately being euthanized in the shelter. Ever since 2016, the free roaming city ordinance was passed, and the city of El Paso, as well as numerous other organizations like the Humane Society, Sun City Cats, El Paso TNR, have developed these TNR, trap, neuter, return, or community cat programs to help solve this community cat program, or solve this community cat population in a humane manner by trapping those cats, bringing them in, getting them spayed or neutered, medically observed, vaccinating them, and then returning them back into their community.
And I hate to interrupt you, but the question is, do we have a feral cat, a population explosion? Is it a problem in El Paso?
Like I said, these cats have always been there. Instead, now what we're doing is starting to create a population that is no longer reproducing by spaying and neutering those cats. With these various different leaders in the TNR community, all those organizations I mentioned earlier are helping bring those cats to be spayed or neutered so that they are no longer producing. What was happening before was thousands of animals were just being euthanized because they were continuing to reproduce, but that problem was never being solved in the trap, neuter, or trap and kill ways before. Now what we're doing is spaying and neutering them so that they are no longer reproducing and they can still live out their happy lives in the community that they've always been in.
Got it. We're going to take a quick break, but as a point of clarification, we did reach out to Sun City Cats and invite them for this program. They were unavailable. You're watching ABC-7 Extra. Still ahead, our guest will share some tips on how you can help rid your neighborhood of unwanted community cats. This is ABC-7 Extra Sunday edition, where news comes first.
The borderland is strongest when we support each other. That's what Borderland Local Links is all about. Connect with your favorite restaurants, check out activities your family can enjoy, preview upcoming sports and entertainment events. It's all right at your fingertips. Just go to kvia.com and click on local links right there at the top of the page, or scan the QR code on the screen with your phone. Borderland Local Links, supporting local business, connecting you to things that make life better.
My name is Rochelle, and I'm on the Facebook privacy team.
Tell me a little bit about your job. What does it entail?
I actually help people understand their privacy because it means different things to different people. You should be able to understand who has your data and how they use it. Federal legislation can give our platforms and other platforms guidelines so we can have a consistent approach.
El Paso's favorite holiday tradition is back. Stephanie Valle will MC the Cher Legate Celebration of Lights, Saturday, November 20th. If you can't be there in person, Hillary Florin, JC Navarrete, and the ABC-7 team will be there to bring you all the music and color live. Tune in for holiday songs and the tree lighting starting at 4:30 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW, followed by complete parade coverage from start to finish. Sponsored by University Medical Center.
Black Friday starts now at Oscar Leaser's Hyundai of El Paso. But you can skip the line because these doorbuster deals last all month long. Save thousands with 0% financing up to 48 months, plus no payments for 90 days on all 2021 and 2022 Hyundai models in stock. That's no interest and no payments for 90 days. Or sign and drive with zero due at signing, zero cash out of pocket on new Elantras, Sonatas, Santa Fe's, Tucsons, and Konas. Black Friday starts now at Oscar Leaser's Hyundai of El Paso.
Welcome back to ABC-7 Extra Sunday Edition. Tonight we're talking about community cats, also known as feral cats. You may see them all the time around your neighborhood, but the question is, are they your neighbor's stray cat, or are they community cats multiplying with no apparent end in sight? Joining us now is Michelle Anderson with the city's Animal Support Services. Also with us is Patty Hack with the Humane Society. Ms. Hack is with the Mary Spear Cat Spay Neuter Program. Before we left, we were talking about whether or not this is an issue, and Ms. Anderson, you pointed out that now we're transitioning from just capturing them and killing them to spaying and neutering them. So how can the the homeowner best help in this process of spaying and neutering the cats?
Yeah, these programs that are already well established in our community will only work when the community participates in them and reaches out to these organizations. Like I said, there's 4 different organizations that are working very hard every single year to try and help control humanely the cat population in our community, but we need our community's help. We need you to participate in these programs. If you're noticing that you're continuing to see litters of kittens in your neighborhood, or you're seeing unaltered cats in your neighborhood, reach out to one of these organizations. Reach out to us at El Paso Animal Services. We have, these programs in place to help with these cat populations in your neighborhood that you're seeing. And, kittens, that's another really big important topic too. If you do see kittens, it's really important not to take those from mom when they are still so young and so reliant on mom. It's important to leave those kittens alone with their mom. Wait until they are of age where they can also be spayed or neutered, or even possibly adopted, and also spay the mom as well. Spaying and neutering is going to be the proven way to make these programs work, but we need the community's help.
Now, Ms. Anderson, does the city provide cages? Because I know that or traps, because I know that homeowners, especially in the Lake Erie neighborhood, Lake Erie Drive neighborhood, over on the city's east side, they were saying that they've been calling several different numbers, not Sun City, I should add, but several different numbers, the Humane Society as well as the City Animal Services, to try to get some cages so that they can capture them. And they were told, well, you know what, you have to buy them yourself. Is there a program, and this question is for both of you, where they can call and have somebody come out and set up the traps, or do you prefer that the neighbors set up those traps?
I don't know if Patty
you want me? Okay, I can answer that. The TNR programs like Sun City and El Paso TNR, they will go out to your place if need be. They don't have that many volunteers. They do a lot of work with the volunteers they have right now. They try to help, for example, the elderly. They try to help the handicapped with trapping. The rest of the population, the rest of the community, we do ask you to help us, please. We will teach you how to use the traps. We will loan you the traps. You can call the Humane Society and we can loan you some traps. You can call Sun City, you can call El Paso TNR. They will also loan you some traps. They will teach you how to use it. But then you have to transfer the cats to us, either to the Humane Society or Animal Services for spay neutering. You can also ask your veterinarian, if you have relationship with your veterinarian, go and ask them if they can help you spay neuter a couple of your cats. Ask them for, a special price to do that, since they are community cats. Some of them will help you. And so you have several options, but yes, the community has to participate in this. We cannot do it all alone. I mean, we would not have enough employees to go to, all the neighborhoods in El Paso to trap the four of us, all the organizations that work together to help the community cats. We couldn't do it alone. The community has to step in and help us do this. We will help you, but you have to help us as well.
Ms. Henderson, is there a program that that counts the number of community or feral cats in El Paso? And is there an area where it's worse than others, where they just have this population explosion and they're having a hard time getting a handle on it? Has there a program that has identified just how many cats we have out there, feral or community cats?
I think it's very hard to determine because, Patty brought up a really good point that not all cats that you see out there are feral. Some might be, indoor-outdoor cats that are owned and are, neutered or spayed. They might be community cats that have already gone through the program. But I know for El Paso Animal Services, over the last, since 2015, we have TNR'd or spayed, neuter, and return over 25,000 cats out in the community. And that's just, us and in partnership with Sun City Cats for some of that. I know Humane Society does, thousands of cats every year as well as El Paso TNR. So it's not, not all the cats out there are unaltered cats. There are a lot of cats out there that have already gone through the program and have that tip ear, which shows that they have been through the program. But there's also, indoor-outdoor cats that are also spayed or neutered as well. But, we definitely recommend to the community, if you have a cat of your own, and it is an indoor-outdoor cat, making sure that that cat is spayed or neutered before you let them go out and be free roaming if they are an indoor or outdoor cat, or keeping them inside your home.
So widespread, anyone who owns a cat or, these community cats, all of them, you're recommending that they all be spayed or neutered?
We recommend all pets to be spayed or neutered. We have, shelters across the community are full of adoptable cats and dogs. And so helping us, control that population, both in cats and dogs, making sure your pets are spayed or neutered and not having unwanted litters.
Got it. We're going to take another quick break. You're watching ABC-7 Extra. Still ahead, should you approach or try to handle cats? Or do they have any diseases? We'll ask the experts when we come back.
This weekend at Ashley Home Store's Black Friday Early Access Sale. Buy one, get one half off. Buy the sofa, get the love seat half off. Friday through Monday only. Plus, veterans save an extra 5% off this weekend. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
Or get over $2,000 purchase cash on this 2021 Sierra Light Duty Crew Cab Texas Edition. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $250 purchase allowance.
Academy Sports and Outdoors has the gifts to make this your most fun Christmas ever. From game tables and grills to apparel and sneakers, we've got everybody covered this holiday. Merry Christmas from everyone at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Tony, how many people did you invite for Thanksgiving?
With savings like these, everybody's coming to Casa Nissan. Do you think we have enough seats? Good thing we've got plenty of Nissans to go around.
We're showing our appreciation with huge Black Friday savings all month long. Get 0% financing on a new Nissan, including the all-new 2022 Frontier.
Come see us for a month of Black Friday savings at Casa Nissan.
Home of the nice guys.
Yeah!
Not sure exactly what goes in your blue recycle bin? Take the City of El Paso Environmental Service Department's free recycling challenge to learn how we can flip the contamination rate from 32% to 23% by the year 2023. Become a recycling black belt today. Call, visit our website, or check out our app to find out more.
Friday through Monday only at Ashley Home Store's Black Friday Early Access Sale. Buy one, get one half off, plus get 0% interest for 12 months. Or get 0% interest for 5 years with no money down. 4 days only at Ashley Home Store.
Welcome back to ABC-7 Extra. Joining us for this third and final segment are Michelle Anderson with the city's Animal Support Services. Also joining us is Patty Hack with the Humane Society. Ms. Hack is with the Mary Spear Cat and Spay Neuter Program. Now, the recommendation that we talked about before we went to break is that all cats be spayed or neutered. However, Some homeowners are reluctant to approach stray cats or any cats in general, fearing that there might be some diseases. What is your best recommendation for neighbors, since you are asking homeowners to help you out with this program? What is the best recommendation? I'm going to start with you, Ms. Hack, for homeowners to approach cats.
Okay, yes. If they are, I mean, we never recommend you to approach the cats. We always recommend you to trap the cat so you can bring it to us to get spay neutered. All the cats that are spay neuter at the Humane Society, and I'm sure at Animal Services as well, they get vaccinated. They get rabies vaccination. They will last 3 years. They also, right now, we also vaccinating for feline distemper. So the cats are not really sick. A lot of people think they think that all the feral cats are disease-ridden animals, and they're not really.
It's a misconception.
Yes, it's a misconception. That is not correct. But you should not approach the feral cats because they can bite, they can scratch. I mean, they're not used to human touch. So yeah, we never recommend that you just go and grab a cat. Always use a trap to bring it into spay neuter.
Sadly, we also have situations where people actually want to feed cats, even feral cats. That's not really a good recommendation, is it?
Well, people, they want to do the right thing for cats. Like if they see a cat that is very hungry, people are going to feed the cat. I mean, even if you tell them do not feed them, they will be feeding the cats because, I mean, it touches your heart when you see them.
Yeah.
But we also recommend that please spay and neuter those cats. That way they won't have any more kittens and it is not going to grow. I have hundreds of calls of people who say, yes, this little cat came to my home. I started feeding it, but they never fixed them. So now he has kittens. Now the person has 8 cats and now, he doesn't know what to do with all of them.
Yeah.
So if you decide to help one of these animals, do it all, please. If you're gonna feed, please fix them. Fix them, and you can have a little kitten outside your home. Keep feeding it, but please fix them. Do not just feed and do not fix the animal. That's very important.
Ms. Anderson, let's go. Yes, go ahead.
And it's really important to remember, too, that while it is legal in El Paso to feed community cats, if you are interested in becoming a community cat colony manager and helping, feed and trap these cats, that is allowed. However, it cannot also create a nuisance as well.
Yeah.
You have to feed on a schedule. You have to pick up that food after an hour, allowing those cats to eat their breakfast or their dinner, however you're feeding them. It's important to pick it up so that it does not draw rodents or insects or anything like that as well. It's best not to create a nuisance for your neighbors, your community as well. And picking up that food, not just dumping, a bag of food along the sidewalk or anything like that. Keeping them on a schedule, feeding them on your property, that is allowed, but creating a nuisance for your neighborhood is not.
Ms. Anderson, let's take it step by step. You've gone ahead, you've got your cage because, a homeowner wants to help these different groups. You've got your cage. What do you do once you have that cage? Do you put food inside the cage? What do you do?
Yeah, different organizations recommend different things. I know I've, trapped cats in my community. What I've found work for my neighborhood cats is they don't like tuna. My neighborhood cats don't, but they like, that wet food of Friskies. And that's really what draws them in my neighborhood. But it might work differently for other neighborhoods as well. It's best to kind of find which food is the most rewarding for the cats in your neighborhood and place that in the trap. I also cover my traps as well so that when they do end up walking into that trap and that door closes, that they don't, freak out. It's a little more humane when you do tend to cover them. And then you bring them into whichever organization that is going to be helping you with that spay neuter. For us, it's really important to make sure that you schedule an appointment before you do set your trap. And if you don't end up trapping anything, that's fine. You can cancel your appointment, but that makes sure that we have space on our surgery list for that cat that is coming in for that spay, neuter, and that vaccination. So scheduling that appointment, bringing that cat in, we, get that cat spayed and neutered, and then you're able to pick up that cat the next day to then re-release it back into your community. And we give you some more information on how to safely do that as well.
One of the complaints that we've heard from some homeowners or some of the businesses in the areas, a restaurant or whatnot, that throws out their food, and of course, they leave that trash can open for cats to jump in and start feeding on that. Are there fines for businesses who don't dispose of their food in the right way and are creating the problem or adding to the problem?
I mean, it's great for businesses to participate in this program as well, but it's always recommended secure your trash because cats or even other animals, raccoons, skunks, are going to be drawn to that food. So it's really important to make sure that you do secure your trash properly so that you're not drawing any animals to that food. But businesses can participate in community programs as well. We have numerous businesses that have colonies of their own.
All right. Michelle Anderson, Patty Ack, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Sure. And I want to thank you for sharing your Sunday with us just before the start of your work week. I'm Saul Saenz, and this has been ABC 7 Extra Sunday Edition. Good night y buenas noches.